quick and make sure you go down and subscribe and support your girl, because I just want to make sure I'm putting out content that you guys like. And if you want other things from me, let me know in the comments, or feel free to DM me on Instagram at Vera Jeanae. And yeah, I just really appreciate all the support I've been getting, all the comments and all the engagement. It's just really nice, and I want to take a moment and let you all know that I really appreciate it. Okay, now continuing on with this video. Okay, so I am currently a creative, which means I am at 1,200 hours or more, and there is really no difference when in terms of being an adaptive or a creative. It just means you have more, you've been in the program longer. You graduate from being an adaptive once you get to about 1,200 hours, and then you go on to the next step, and that means you're creative. The only thing that really changes when you become a creative is your schedule. So for me, being a creative, I go to my theory and my specialty classes in the morning versus going in the evening or afternoon as an adaptive. And I do think the benefit to being a creative and having a schedule where your classes are in the morning, it's just that you don't really have any interrupted, your appointments don't get interrupted. So when I was an adaptive, if I had an appointment during the day, to stop my appointment at 12, have someone take over so I can go to lunch and be at class at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, whichever one it is. I don't even remember. But anyway, so yes, I'm a creative now. I'm also phase 2. Yay! So that is a touchy topic for me, saying that I'm in phase 2. It's a huge accomplishment in the Paul Mitchell education systems. It's a pretty big deal. You have to try out, and it's basically more accelerated. And if I put that on my resume, and if that salon knows about Paul Mitchell, then that's a plus for me, because it's very sought after. It's kind of just like an advanced placement. You get more color appointments. You have the potential to get double booked. It's more like a salon environment. You can view your own schedule and your own appointments and all that stuff, and it is really nice. Another pro tip to being in phase 2 is that when walk-ins come in, they go to phase 2 first before they go to anyone else in the salon or in the clinic classroom floor, which is like the salon portion of the school. So we get walk-ins before anyone else gets walk-ins, and I'm pretty sure that also includes before the people that are guest ready, which means they don't have a station, but their stuff, they don't have an appointment, but their station is set up so they can be ready for a guest when a guest happens to come in. And yeah, so I think a lot of things have happened since I last talked to you guys. I think I was getting a decent amount of appointments when I was an adaptive, but I started getting more appointments. My rebooking was never really bad, but it has been really good lately. Since I became a phase, I think it was good before I started phase 2, but it's been like around anywhere from 70 to 85%, which is really good for me personally. And there are salons that they really look at your client retention and that type of stuff. And I've also gotten a lot better with retailing and selling products, and that's also another plus if you decide to work in a salon, or even if you decide to work for yourself. That any extra avenue where you can make money besides services is really good. So just, learning those skills and how to sell products to people, and the right products to people, it has really it's been something that I've really been able to hone in on and master for myself. And yeah, so I won Beacon. I went to NAHA, the ISSE, which is the International Salon and Spa Expo, and I got to go to the convention out in Long Beach. If you care to see how that was, and you're interested, if you are in cosmetology school and say you want to, try out for Beacon as well, or even if you are out of cosmetology school and you're interested in doing NAHA, which is like the National Association for Hair. I don't know the full acronym. I'll put it down here. NAHA. But anyway, yeah, because you don't have to be in school to to participate in NAHA. It was amazing. It was life-changing. The entire experience was so much fun, and I learned a lot. I also got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers, Jeanae. Hey girl, if you see this. And I also got to connect with a lot of other cosmetology students and stylists and salon owners, and it was so fun. But yeah, I've just really spent this time in school practicing my skills, just growing as a stylist, growing as a businesswoman, just growing as a person. We've had a few different guest artists come in since I've been since the last time I talked to you guys. We had Fern the barber, we had someone from the Ket makeup company come in, and that's just an airbrush makeup company. And so we are Ket certified makeup artists, I should say. We are trained. We are Ket certified and trained artists, but not everyone in school goes to cosmetology school to do makeup. So that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, those are really the highlights of my journey so far. Was really getting to go to Beacon. I'm so excited. We have an extension class coming up that's going to be taught by, I believe, Donna Bella Extension. So we'll get to learn how to do like the fusions and the tape-ins and all of that stuff. And if you know me, you know I'm in love with all things extensions. So yeah, but I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable doing dimensional colors with highlights and lowlights and formulating my own colors. I will not lie to you and tell you every time I formulated a color it turned out perfect, because that's a lie. It does not always turn out perfect, but I am feeling more comfortable and confident in, you know, the science behind formulating colors based on the, you know, your client's hair texture, porosity, haircut, all of that stuff. It's really nice to just feel more confident. I still have a lot more room to grow when it comes to cutting and coloring and everything else, but I do feel a lot better. And also, now that I'm getting ready to graduate, I have gone through mocks, and mocks is basically just a run through or a mock trial of the state board practical. So we go over a basic haircut with layers, we go over applying foils, we go over a perm application. So we will roll about 12 to 14 perm rods in the back of the head, and then we show saturation. They check your end papers, they do a lot of that stuff, and I'll try to get some footage of that. Last time I tried, Miss Donna was not having it, so we'll see what she says next time. I also took the written exam, which is just Paul Mitchell's written exam to prepare you for when you go to take your state boards. I didn't do so well on it the first time. I really didn't even study, so I'm gonna study again and try to take it. But I've just had, I mean, things have been a lot better for me, especially since I've started to work on myself more and not let, you know, my surroundings and outside voices or just situations. You guys, it's so important that you do not let those things get to you, that you don't let those things stop you from learning. And also, another big thing I want to say about cosmetology school is, while you're there, do not be afraid to mess up and do not be afraid to ask questions. You are paying a lot of money, some of you. I know I did. But anyway, you're paying a lot of money to go to cosmetology school, and those teachers, they are there for you. Don't be afraid to ask a question, even if you think it's a stupid question, and don't be afraid to mess up. Those clients, when they come to a school, most of them know what they're getting themselves into. They know that you're a student and that you're learning. I will say, some of them come in there expecting miracles, but at the end of the day, this is a school. You're getting a service for maybe $60 that you would be paying almost $600 for if you were in a salon. So they have to sign waivers. They know what they're getting themselves into. So don't have that pressure and feel like you need to do this perfectly. It is okay if you mess up. Learn from it, so when you have a guest that wants the same thing in the future, you'll be a little bit better at it. But I think that was the biggest thing for me, was being scared to mess up, being scared to ask my teachers questions. But this school, the school that you go to, it should be a safe haven for you, where you are allowed to explore yourself as a stylist and make those mistakes and ask those questions. Because when you get out in the real world, I'm not saying that you're not going to find a place that will allow you to still grow and groom you and help you become that stylist that you're meant to become. But while you're in school, let loose. Like, ask the questions, ask all the stupid questions. I'm not saying purposely mess up someone's hair, but I'm saying don't be afraid. Like, that for me, whenever I was cutting hair, I was always afraid that I would mess up. And so when I would put layers in, I didn't take enough off. I had one girl that wanted a lot of separation in her layers. Like, she wanted them to start like right here, like right in here, and then, you know, naturally they're going to come all the way down. But I was so afraid to cut her hair off that her layers, it didn't have that as much separation in the front. And when my learning leader checked her hair, she was like, the cut was good, you're just scared. And the same with cutting men's hair. Whenever I would try to cut men's hair, which I love doing, by the way, now that I'm not scared and I'm just going in there cutting. But anyway, when I would cut men's hair, I would be so afraid to take the trimmers and go, the clippers, and go in there, you know, in their head. And Jen, who is one of my favorite learning leaders, she said the same thing. The haircut is fine. You're just scared to get in there. You're not going to hurt anybody. And once I stopped being scared, that's when I really was able to flourish. And then the more I would get in there and do something and it was right, I would have even more confirmation that the work, the practicing, everything that I'm doing is starting to pay off. So I don't really know if this was more of like a motivational discussion or a cosmetology update. I'm updating you guys on what's going on with me. I'm still in school. I graduate on April the 4th. I'm so excited. But yeah, I've just been, you know, still doing the same thing. Like I said, I do get more appointments. I do get more chemical appointments. Everybody in my chair gets a deep conditioner or a protein treatment. And that's not because I want to just sell, you know, upsell my ticket. It's because I'm not saying everybody that comes to Paul Mitchell St. Louis needs it because their hair is dry or damaged, but it's just, I'm all about healthy hair. And if you come in here getting highlights and all this other stuff, honey, you're going to need a protein treatment. You're going to need something. And so that's the biggest thing for me, is the health of the hairs. So yes, I've just been doing a lot better since the last time that you guys have seen me. And also the salon forums that we have, I've really gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of tips from those as a businesswoman, as a stylist, just in general. They've shared a lot of tips that have really helped me be successful to the point I am now in my cosmetology journey, in my photography journey, and all of that stuff. And yeah, so life has been good for me. Cosmetology school was a very good experience. I can't say whether I would have went to another school over the one that I went to, because I don't know. The only thing I can say about Paul Mitchell is that John Paul DeJoria, if you're listening to this, please get with your education team and try to put it in your curriculum to where we can learn about extensions, because it took, let me see, I started school April of 2018, and when I toured and everything, one of the, you know, the financial aid members or recruiters did tell us that they were trying to get extensions and stuff like that into the program, but we're a year ago, that's what they said. So here we are, fast forward 12 months, and we're getting the class taught by Belladonna, but we have to pay extra for that, and you have to sign up. So not everybody's going to be able to go to that class. So yeah, it would be nice if we could have that included in our curriculum, and also so we can be able to add those services into the clinic floor so people that are interested can get practice. I get that it gets a little tricky when it comes to purchasing extensions and all that other stuff to bring in, but okay, even if we can't do it on the clinic floor, please teach it to us, because that's probably the only thing that I've noticed is there are a few other schools around here that do teach that in the curriculum. So that's really the only thing that I noticed. And unfortunately, we don't get to do acrylic nails on guests or anything. We can only practice that on ourselves and on other future professionals. So yeah, this was just a quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any specific questions that you would like for me to answer in a separate video about cosmetology school or my experience in general with school, please let me know down below in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and if you enjoyed it. It wasn't very entertaining. I really try to give you guys a lot of information and be informative and help you guys. But yeah, so I will also say that I have been vlogging throughout cosmetology school. I will try to get those vlogs up for you guys. It might be after I graduate, and that's okay. Content is content. I wish I could have put it up before, but it is what it is. That's something I'm going to work on. Need you guys to pray for me. But I hope you guys have a blessed day, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's be friends on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Vera Jeanae. I will put it down in the description box. And again, yeah, if you like my hair, I also have a video on my hair. You guys didn't really watch it. I don't know if it was too informative, if you just wanted something quick, but yeah. Let's just give a thumbs up for my hair. I processed this hair a few times, and I can still run my fingers through it, and it's still super soft, and it hardly sheds. So be sure to check out beautyunleashed.org. That's where I got my hair from. It was all black. So yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed day, night, or evening. Just be happy and just love your life. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Don't know if you got a girl, don't mean nothing.